Good morning, and thanks for joining me. I come to you today from one of the saddest places in our house this time of year. This corner, up until yesterday, held our Christmas tree. I don't know about you, but I love Christmas decorations that go up in houses, and particularly the Christmas trees. And for the last month, there's been a 7-foot cut noble fir that stood in this spot right where I'm sitting that lit up the living room. It was the first thing that I'd turn on in the morning and the last thing that I'd turn off at night. It gave light all day to this corner of the room. It became the focal point in many ways of our living room, giving that warm, comforting holiday feeling. And now that it's gone, this living room feels empty. Now I know this is a common thing that's happening all over the nation this time of year, but it's still kind of sad. But I think there are houses that are perhaps worse than mine. You know, there's those houses that you pass by at nights in December, those houses with giant picture windows right in the front that were seemingly made to fit a Christmas tree perfectly. And the month of December, as you drove by those houses, you know what joy it brought you just to see those Christmas trees. You may never have been in those houses. You may not even know the people who own it. But you know that there was just a simple joy in driving by at night to see the Christmas tree. It was beautiful. It was inviting. It was inspiring. And now, house by house, those trees are coming down and those lights are being put away back in boxes. But whether you're the type of person that takes down the Christmas tree the day after Christmas, or the type of person like me who would like to have a Christmas tree in his living room up until July, I think we would all agree that there are some houses, or even parts of our own houses, that are just better with a Christmas tree in it. And when we take them down, there just feels like something is missing. You know, this may be a silly analogy, but having the presence of God in our lives can be a little bit like a Christmas tree. In Exodus 25, verse 8, the Lord tells Moses, "And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them." Now, a God dwelling among men, that would have been weird. For God in those days lived in different realms. Gods in those days, they lived in different places, like trees living in forests. A God that would dwell among his people, well, that would be like putting a Christmas tree in your living room. And in Exodus 29, verse 43, he continues, "And there I will meet with the children of Israel, and the tabernacle shall be sanctified by my glory." Imagine his glory as lights on a tree. For we know that his glory quite literally illuminated the children of Israel as he was in their midst. In verse 45, he says, "I will dwell among the children of Israel, and I will be their God." In a sense, they will be Christmas people. They will be those people who are known in the entire world because of the glory of the presence of God. Much like those people who are known in our neighborhoods for the Christmas decorations. In Ezekiel 37:28, the Lord says, "The nations will also know that I, the Lord, sanctify Israel when my sanctuary is in their midst forever." It's to be a forever thing. They're to be forever Christmas people. But that's not just for the children of Israel. This glory, the glory of his presence, is for us too. In 2 Corinthians 6:16, the Apostle Paul tells the believers of the church in Corinth, "For you are the temple of the living God. As God has said, I will dwell in them. I will walk among them. I will be their God, and they will be my people." The presence of God, like a Christmas tree in our living room in December, is to be the focal point of our lives. Like Christmas lights, his presence, his dwelling in us is to illuminate, is to invite, to comfort, to make our houses, to make our lives stand out from the houses around us. But unlike Christmas lights, the presence of God in our lives never goes out of season. For the believer, there is never a time to put those lights away in a box and to wait for next year. Those lights, his presence, is to be a permanent mark on our lives. For we were made for his presence. Jesus called us as his followers the light of the world because he is the light of the world. And through his Spirit living in us, abiding in us, dwelling in us, He can continue to light this world far after the Christmas season. To be the light, even as the season changes. For the Christian, it's always Christmas. Have a great day. Ciao.